Hi guys, this is a balanced druid PvP guide for patch 5.2. I want to quickly start by apologising for the lack of content on my channel. This has purely been because Fraps has been making my PC lag way too much. I was having really bad FPS issues and luckily I managed to fix that now. So I'm just going to jump straight into the guide by showing you my spec and why I've taken what I've taken. I'm going to explain why I've taken them and compare them to the other abilities of why it's better, in my opinion. Freelance Swiftness really, as Boom King, you want something more quick and something quickly to use, and Displacer Beast is more or less perfect because if you get gripped in RBGs, you can quickly just Displacer Beast out and get away. The movement speed really isn't worth it because especially if you have a melee on you, they're probably going to be slowing you anyway, and you're going to have to keep on using Boom King form to get in and out and stop the slows. Wild Charge. Obviously, because you're going to be in Boomkin form, Wild Charge in Boomkin form is so bad. It's so slow. You barely travel any distance. You're still slowed and whatever while you're in it. I'd only take this for maybe the cat form, bear form, charge, and leap into a friendly target because that's quite useful. NS, I would probably stay with NS for basically until they gave Renewal or Scenario Mode. I think they really should replace Scenario Mode. I think it's terrible. But basically until these start becoming more offensive because you can just do so many things with Nature's Swiftness. I mean, Renewal, it's an okay heal, but even you can NS yourself for more than Renewal even heal sometimes. I love the offensive capabilities you have with Nature's Swiftness because if you see, say, a Paladin Trinket or something, you can just instantly NS clone them. You don't even have to cast or anything, so if you've got a Medi training you can just peel them off instantly. This next tier, Fairy Swarm, I guess obviously it's just a slow, but and it's useful if you're having problems with melee, but in RBGs it's really not worth it because obviously freedoms and yeah, they can just move so slow because everyone else is slowed as well, if you know what I mean, especially if you're playing with a Frost Mage or something. Mass Entanglement, see, they've buffed this now because it used to be 2 minutes and it used to be a 2 minute cooldown in patch 5.1. And I was saying that this needed to get buffed because it was really not worth the cooldown, obviously because Typhoon was 25. And they nerfed Typhoon as well, by the way, obviously, to 30 seconds. I'd take this if you weren't playing with a Frost Mage because this DRs with Novas, and I'm pretty sure your mages would hate you if you took this. Because if you don't play with a mage, you should take it and put it inside the Beam Vortex. So obviously they're rooted in there. Or you've got a Shadow Priest, he can just do it for you as well, so you can just take Typhoon. Obviously, Typhoon is just what it says. We've always had this, just a pushback in the days. Next tier is Incarnation. I took Incarnation because Force of Nature, they buff the damage on this, and the damage is okay, but they can still be CC'd and killed, like Warrior Feared. And obviously, if you pop them, they start like half mid cast, they get feared or something. That's just a total waste of cooldown, and also having the 25% increased damage done is just too good compared to this. Soul of the Forest is just PvE. If I'm totally honest, it's not worth it at all. Ursols Vortex, purely because grip beams with the Vortex in is just so strong at the moment that none of these are really comparable. Disorientate and Raw, it's really bad in my opinion. It's they're not even CC'd for that long, and Mighty Bash is okay, but it's nothing because Your Soul's Vortex is just such a big cooldown and such a game-changing ability, in my opinion. I went with Nature's Vigil. See, Nature's Vigil is good still, even though what they've done with it. I would have preferred the old one because it would have meant I'd have had to press it less, but still. Basically, what you need to do with Nature's Vigil now is you'd pop it with your main cooldowns, Incarnation, Celestial Alignment, on your unused trinket, and then as it came off cooldown, you want to press it as soon as possible with your trinket and just this on its own, and you want to try and use a Starfall or some minor cooldowns in there, and basically you want to use it every time it's up because if you time it right, you should be able to use it every set of main cooldowns and on its own with a trinket. So you're not wasting a set of this, a cooldown. Teen of Cenarius is just off healing, and it's only really good for Feral, I think, in my opinion. Heart of the Wild, this is good. I mean, if you didn't use Nature's Vigil as much, I'd suggest using this because the 6% instance down is very, very good. And also, when you pop this with Tranquility, it heals so much. But I'd still suggest if you're going for full damage, like I am, go with Nature's Vigil. I'm gonna show you my glyphs. I've taken Solar Beam, obviously, because it's such a huge radius, and you get the whole entire team in there. And with the vortex, and they're all slowed and rooted or whatever, it's gonna take freaking ages to get out. Stampeding Roar. I've always hated using the global cooldown and getting back into Boom King form and everything. It's kind of why I've taken Moonbeast as well. Because if you rejuve, you'd have to cast Moon King form again. And well, I guess if you're kind of new to Boom King and having problems with dying or you just getting into bad situations, you could swap Stampede for Bark Skin for more survivability. But I suggest once you get used to playing and used to getting your positioning right, especially with Displacer Beast, you should have no problems with getting away from things. Mana Glyphs don't really matter. I mean, Glyph of the Stag is... I use this because in Temple you can drop the orbs by getting mounted on. It's a good way to drop it. Sorry. Glyph of Stars. The Fat Owls I just got so bored of being on that. I preferred having just a normal form with my transmog, whatever. And Feline Grace. This is like the best mana glyph we've ever been given in the whole entire world because it means that we don't have to go into cat form every time we jump off LM or something. So I love you, Blizzard. No homo. Reforging. Well, first off, I'm just going to mention that I play basically a glass cannon. If you see my resi is really, really low in comparison to most players. Most people want to stack it in RPGs like DKs and healers and Eddie Chambers and stuff. I have 62.33% resi because I've gone literally for full damage. So if you play like me, you'd probably want to tell your paladins to always try and keep the bops and priority dispels on you, because it would mean obviously you get more damage out and you're there for the damage and the cyclones. If you can see, my PvP power is really, really high. Well, not really, really high. It's okay. I could have more, but it's because I went with double DPS trinkets, which means a lot more damage. I mean, it's a huge increase. It's like a 5% damage increase. So I'm just gonna kick off the reforging with you want to get your spell hit cap first over everything, which is 6%. I'm 0.07 over. So you want to try and get to as close to 6 as you can, but try not to get over because it's just a waste of a stat. This is where personal preference comes into it. If you're geared enough, I went to get the haste cap, which is 6637. If you get the haste cap, you get 2 extra moonfire ticks, and obviously more moonfire ticks equals more procs equals more damage. And after you get the haste cap, just screw haste totally. There's no point in getting any more haste, and just go for as much PvP power as you can. And if you're a dual crafter, just use your gems to get the set bonuses for a little bit of free resilience. After PvP power, you obviously want to go with obviously intellect. It's not fuck intellect, man. Don't gem it if you can. Then you want to go crit. You want to stack as much crit as you can without losing both your haste and hit stats because of the shooting stars. So you have 2 extra ticks from your haste cap and as much crit as you can. After crit, you want to go for mastery. Mastery is obviously the weakest stat for us because the other stats are just better. It's not that mastery is shit, because the mastery isn't shit. It's just obviously it's better. Yeah, the gems. My meta is obviously the basic one. Everyone has it. My macros. This is my cooldowns macro. It's show tooltip celestial alignment / cast berserking, which is the troll ratio. Which this increases your casting speed by 20%, which is really good for quick kills. Obviously, cast / celestial alignment, which is our main cooldown. Well, one of the main cooldowns, sorry. / use the badge of dominance, which is our unused trinket. / cast nature's vigil. / cast lifeblood rank 7. That's because I'm a herbalist and I've not gone through the time or effort of getting engineering yet. / cast mirror images. I'm just going to remove that right now because you should never use symbiosis on a mage. Use Horde Battle Standard. This I only added this because people were bitching that I wasn't using it, so I put it in there just so I could pretend I am, and use Potion of the Jade Spirit purely so I can one-shot people in random battlegrounds. If this is the Focus Mighty Bash macro, if you use Mighty Bash, which you shouldn't in RPGs. Focus Cyclone. Yeah, show tooltip. Cyclone / cast target equals focus Cyclone. Focus Hibernate. This is the same but Hibernate. These are my focus macros. This is my mouse over one. So if you look, just mouse over, press the button, and the other one is just a normal. Just target it, press the same button. You know. What else? This is my hex macro for. In RPGs, I have 3. They're just binded to my healers, because you don't really want to be flicking through your UI. You're trying to get your healers hex or Havoc. Havoc's definitely worth it because that's just like a 100k or so chaos point you can set up. This is my macro for my target caller when he's bitching that not enough people are doing damage on his target. This will just send all of your star surges to your target caller's target. So, and I've added /target last target so I can remind myself not to redot the cold target, because it's just a waste of a global and a waste of possible procs. This is my innovate macro for. Well, this is the macro I use as resto, so I don't put it on anyone else on accident. But you just type in your healer's name, whoever is your highest healer or the one with the biggest mana problems. This is my arena macros for healing. They just pop them, so you don't have to target them. My hex macros, focus. I'm pretty sure that's it for my macros. Yep. And finally, I'm going to get onto my add-ons. I use an add-on called Tell Me When. This shows all of, basically you can format it to show anything you want, like literally every single spell is in the freaking world, isn't it? Buff / debuff. Obviously you can read everything there. I use it for, this one is to show the cooldown I've got left on Starfall. This one's to show how long it's up for, when it's going to drop off, so I can use my next one. This is my Eclipse for Luna. This tells me if I'm in Boomkin form or not, because obviously with the Glyph, I sometimes go full retard and just forget to go to Boomkin form. I know, that's bad. This shows Nature's Vigil on my trinket when it's in the back or not. This is Incarnation, Celestial Alignment, and Nature's Vigil, how long it's up for. This is my unused trinket. This is my proc trinket, and this is the Jade Spirit. And this is Solar Eclipse. These are obviously Dash and Stampeding more, and I really don't like the Blizzard UI. The Blizzard Star Surge procs, so I've changed it for that. I use this slide bar called Vortex Assist. It just shows cooldowns. I also use Omni CC. If you can look, just use NS. It's got the timer on top. Basically, I'll just show you what it looks like when I actually start doing damage. If you look, that's Jade Spirit's procced already. That's it. So pop my cooldowns. Obviously, that's my proc trinket it shows. And this is the cooldown of Starfall. That's the Starfall, how long it's up for. And obviously you can see the procs there. This is gonna bring this video to a close now. My next video is probably gonna be on positioning and what the basic setup for RPGs are, and just the basics on what you should want to be doing as a Boomkin in RPG. So thanks for taking time to watch this video. I hope it helped. Good luck. Bye.